Hello once again, and welcome back. Surprise, Loren, surprise. And welcome back to episode 11 of Are You Serious? I am Jamie Arnold, Chief Meteorologist at WMBF News.
And I am Andrew Dockery, the meteorologist in the morning at WMBF News.
And we are joined today, I'm so excited about this episode, by the Blonde Rose of Texas, the queen of happy hour herself, Loren Korn, who is our morning anchor.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for having me on here. Well, I say that now. I don't know what we're going to talk
Well,
about. So.
We don't know either. Don't worry.
Perfect.
So we've got a couple things to talk about just right off the bat.
Yeah.
One, if we are going to get canceled, this is the one to do it because, oh God.
God doesn't like that.
Yeah, right. Because you and I together are a very dangerous team. But also, Loren cannot get over the fact that most people are going to be listening to this. A couple people watch it.
Right.
Well, let's say a lot of people. But you're
Like
sitting.
30 people.
Yeah, you're sitting as though you're on television. Your posture
Right.
is
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
You're looking right at the camera.
Yep.
Also, they already texted and said, make sure Loren speaks into the mic. So
Right. So,
Well,
so here's what I need you to do. I need you to go ahead and turn sideways.
that's not a
Face
nice
us.
view. I mean,
Face us. I know. Look
take
at
a
mine.
look, right.
Look at mine.
wide angle lens.
Wide angle lens. That's what's on me. Really happy you wore your grandmother's blanket.
First of all, it's 30 degrees in here. And again, I've seen y'all on here before,
Yeah.
and I wanted Andrew's spot because that's the most flattering look, but you won't give it to me even though I'm a guest on here.
yeah, we're working on the set.
Yeah.
I want to cover everything, and I look smaller now.
When we were setting this up, we were again complaining about the seating arrangement and the terrible shots. And Loren said, as guest host,
Yes.
I want Andrew's spot. I had to remind her really quickly that you're not the guest host. You're actually just a guest.
Wow.
Sorry, it's our show. You're just here to
Could
have
you
fun.
imagine if we did a guest host and Loren just asked some weather people questions?
Yes,
While
yes.
we bring in the National Weather Service and it's Loren for 45 minutes.
So what do you like about the weather?
Yeah. Also, I would love to see. She talked about how the blanket or the jacket, made her smaller. I would love to. Next time, I'm picturing you
In a
wrapped
Snuggie.
up in it, Snuggie.
I would need a lot
Welcome
bigger
in
one.
episode 12.
Agreed.
Mine would need
Just
to
bring
be a
in your
lot
comforter.
Anybody got a tarp?
Oh, listen! If you all don't know the humor of these two, this is how you all are all the time,
Nonstop.
In fact, if we get you in the same room, usually we're dying laughing and I can't breathe.
And then where the drinks are flowing.
There's going to be a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of it.
No stopping us now.
No.
We're going to
So-
get to happy hour. I can't wait to talk about that because she gets excited when restaurants follow her.
Yep.
It's her like
That's
pride
my
and joy.
celebrity.
Yeah.
I don't care if Taylor
Who cares
Swift
about your
follows me
journalism?
or whatever. I have Crave following me.
You have-
Soli Luna. I'll name drop some others. Maybe I'll get a free dish.
Ooh,
Yeah, let's
okay.
name drop a few more. Maybe
then we'll
we could
tag 'em.
We could
Yes.
tag them. We could get a couple of free dishes in
I know.
here.
But I get so excited. Last time I remember who it was, and I said, Andrew, look who's following me now.
And I expected some celebrity, and it was the local restaurant.
Bob's Barbecue.
I love it. I think it's so exciting.
Speaking of barbecue, most people, if they haven't seen the morning show, I hope they have. If they haven't, they probably want to know a little bit about you.
Okay.
Tell us the fun, not broadcast version, very laid back story of Loren Korn.
Want to start back in 19. We don't have that much. It's only a 40-minute show. Got it. From Houston,
Okay.
Tejas, if you will. Born and raised there, worked all over Texas, moved to Florida and Orlando, spent 7 years there about, and then came here. I love food, love happy hour, love to travel. I like to exercise so I can eat more.
Same.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yep,
Well,
there it
this
is.
has been Are You
That'll do
Serious?
it. Yep.
With Loren Korn.
That's all I got.
Oh, that's funny. So you moved to Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. How's your time been here?
I love it. Where am I looking? Oh.
At us.
Oh.
You're looking at
podcast.
us.
I'm so used
it's
to-
a podcast. It's not a newscast.
Okay,
You're looking
again,
at us.
though.
But
Over here.
people can watch on YouTube.
Over here. Your hair's fine. Over here.
Hold on.
Just
G show.
She brought the
PG
makeup,
show.
too.
I
Right,
did.
and she
I get
brought her
shiny.
makeup, yeah.
Dapper on.
I love Myrtle Beach. I love that it's not a huge city.
Yeah.
But it has everything you need, nothing you don't. Easy to get around. We have things going on every weekend.
Yeah.
We have, and again, back to the happy hours, because it's not just drinks, it's food. My mom came to visit this past week.
yeah.
we did so many things. There's
Yeah.
just always something to do. We were a tourist in the town, and it was great.
Enjoy being a tourist. I know last episode you talked about how you go into hibernation mode.
Yeah.
But it's nice to like get out and enjoy some of the tourism Myrtle Beach has to
Yeah,
offer.
it is.
So we did a hypnosis comedy show.
Oh, how was that?
Well, we went up there. I was like, I want to know if this works.
Yeah.
We won't name this one.
I won't. So the guy asked for 16 of us to go up there to see who he can hypnotize, and the ones he can't, he'd tap you on the shoulder. So the first thing, he tries to put you in a deep sleep, and I was relaxed. And I was like, okay, maybe I can get somewhere, right? And then he's like, okay, I want y'all are now at a symphony or something, and you're playing this big instrument. I want you to play as loud as you can. And you're supposed to keep your eyes closed the whole time, but I'm kind of looking at everybody, and these people look like idiots. I said, I can't do it. I am too sober enough and not hypnotized, so I'm just kind of like this. I don't know what I'm playing. What are those, the cymbals?
The cymbals, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And then they're like, okay, get louder, get louder. I'm like, no. So then I just kind of do this, kind of look up like this, and I see the guy staring at me. I said, nope, not you. Anyway, so they had 7 or 8 people up there. They did a great job. And when it was over, I went to the restroom, and 2 of the women who were up there were in there. I said, so were you hypnotized? I said, nope, but I was a good actress,
Really?
wasn't I? I said, you were?
Wow.
Yeah.
Riveting story.
Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about, Jamie? For crying out loud.
Riveting story.
Before this episode really goes into who knows where, I do want to ask you, since it is a weather podcast, Orlando, Texas, Myrtle Beach, you've reported in some storms too, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I can't
Tell
tell
us
you how
about
many
the
hurricanes.
most memorable storm
Oh, no.
story.
Yeah, I can't believe I've never asked you about this. Usually we're too
know.
busy trash talking each other or somebody else or having cocktails. But like,
I'm a nice person.
yeah, you've worked in all the big hurricane markets.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never asked like what your big weather story was.
The one I can remember the most was Hurricane Matthew in Orlando, because that was a huge one for us.
Right.
And every time
Not as huge as it could have been.
No, but it was huge.
Originally looked bad.
Well, yes.
It was bad for the
It
Space
was.
Coast. Right.
Well, no, and we were Volusia County.
Is that Orlando?
I mean, it's Orlando area. It's Daytona Beach.
Okay, yeah, Matthew was bad in Daytona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was our biggest one that we had while I was there.
Right.
Not back in the early 2000s, but anyway, yes, we did the 12 on, 12 off, and you're reporting all up and down, and I did the overnight shift, and talk about getting pummeled.
Yeah.
The photographer had to tie a rope around me and hold on to it while I was reporting, because the wind was so strong and just hitting you in the face, but I loved it.
She's one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and you're always drenched.
To the core.
Oh, yeah.
Just to your
Just
bone.
the whole day, the whole night. But I don't remember too much about that, just reporting on that, and then the damage after, and of course, talking to the families, the people who were impacted and stuff, and sharing their stories and all the help that they needed. But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's fun to be out and report. And
Were you in Houston for the Ike Harvey time frame?
so Harvey, so we were, yes. So Florida sent a few of us down to cover Hurricane Harvey in Houston. Also, I could check on my parents at the same time, so it was a win-win. I knew the area. So we were there for several days, and then they told us to come back. We were supposed to be there for a week for a sister station. After, I think, 4 days or so, they said, come on back because Hurricane Irma's got to hit us. And I went from one hurricane to another. I'm like, can I just at least put my clothes in the dryer
Right.
before we start this all over again? But I'll tell you a secret. You know what helped us? For hurricane, we have to, get supplies and stuff before going out on the road. We made sure we had always some beer or some, are we supposed to talk about this? Or some other alcohol beverage of choice.
Right.
Along with food and everything else.
of
That was
course.
number one.
Yeah.
Gives you something to do. Priorities really
Priorities
gives
is
you
your
something to
hurricane
do.
supplies, yeah.
Yeah. While you're not on air.
I think a lot of people would say that's in their hurricane supply kit
It
to begin
is.
with.
Yeah.
It
Let's
is.
be real.
You can go through and the milk is fine, but
the beer's gone.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I covered Dolly in Texas. Do you remember
Dolly?
Dolly?
Yeah, Dolly was south of Houston, north of South Padre.
And
Like Corpus.
yep. And gosh, I don't remember. There's so many. Name some. I was there.
So you've reported in them, and now you've been at the desk for some. Do you miss being out in it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you're just sitting there. But then I also like being dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe you one bit.
I remember Ian when we were all working together, because I came in the day that Ian hit. I came in, worked the morning show, and then we kind of went into our wall-to-wall coverage.
Yeah.
And you were kind of itching, like Andrew and I were kind of stealing the show that morning because it was a lot of weather happening.
Yeah.
You were kind of itching to
Do
get
something.
into it. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
My favorite part that I remember about Ian is like she would tell, I think it was Anya in the booth, like, hey, tell so-and-so to do this next hit. Or
Yeah.
here's some tips and tricks. Like, you were still at the anchor desk waiting for the
Oh,
news,
thanks.
but you were also
I don't
like,
remember.
how can I coach? Because
Right.
we had a very young crew
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Ian. You remember. I mean, it was a lot of people that haven't covered a hurricane,
Yeah.
tropical storm, whatever.
Yeah.
So for Ian, I remember vividly when we would be, like, Jamie would be talking, or I could tell, you were like, hey, tell so-and-so to go here, or do this, or show this. And it was nice to have that because it's one thing that we didn't have to do when we were in hurricane coverage of.
Yeah.
They could focus on the
Right.
reporters and we could focus on the weather. So
And most importantly, the reporters need to know to grab a go bag, right?
Yeah.
Several pairs of pants,
Yep.
towels. You don't
Yeah.
think about. You need towels.
Yeah.
You need a lot of socks. You need a ball cap. You need, whatever these things.
When you get wet, it's over.
shoes. Yeah,
It's over.
But it can help you stay dry and
100%.
stuff.
100%.
And when you're out there, you just go from place to place. You just go. I mean, in Orlando, we traveled while the storm
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
And my photographer at the time didn't want to get behind the wheel. He's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I said, well, we have to go somewhere. So guess who was driving? I'm like, for crying out loud. I'll go. But yeah, we had a great sheriff. He's still sheriff there at the time. And he would come and meet up with us because he was out there, helping out and telling me what's going on. And he'd come on air with me and just do off the cuff stuff. And the winds were so bad that it ripped my jacket. I don't have my phone with me, but I have a picture. It ripped the news logo off my
wow.
windbreaker.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, well, I think we can retire this. But anyway, yep.
That's impressive. As far as WMBF goes, we've talked about Hurricane Ian before, but for the morning show, what's it been like?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I did mornings, I think 11 years ago, morning show.
Yeah.
And I loved it because you can smile, you can show personality and really engage with the viewers. Of course, you talk about the news of the day, but I love our moments because it really showcases our personalities. We could have fun, make fun of each other. Especially when he comes on, he likes to throw
You too, for
jabs.
sure.
I love it. I
Yep.
love when I get to fill in for Andrew. Like, I'm always telling Andrew, you need a Friday off. Because, like,
Always.
I know
If
you like that
Andrew-
because you text me later. Where do you want to go for
Yeah, because first thing Andrew's like, I need a day off. Why don't you take Friday so I can do the morning show,
Which I'm
start
never
the
gonna
weekend,
argue.
Yeah.
start the weekend early, and have happy hour with Loren. Because normally by the time you're happy houring, I'm in the middle of my afternoon newscast, so it's kind of rare for us to get our schedules lined up.
Work
so,
gets in the way.
Yeah, I know,
Jeez.
right? Always get in the way of happy hour.
I feel like you just fit in so well with the morning crew. I know you love your evening crew, but the morning crew you fit in well
I'm a
with.
morning person.
Are you?
I'm a morning person.
Here we go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I think if he could do weather out of his home, he would. Because this man has a 5-mile radius of where we
do.
can go.
I do.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever Lauren and I have plans, I say, let's do something. And she says, okay, what are we going to do? I don't care. You pick. And she knows that she has to pick because I hate making decisions. I make decisions all
Do you?
week long. I can't see you.
That's okay.
I make decisions all week long.
I need to talk
Come
into
like
the mic.
Friday night or Saturday, I'm exhausted. Like, just pick, Lauren. Just pick.
Which
And then
brings-
usually she does, and it's somewhere in Carolina Forest or like
No, it's not.
the
We
inlet.
can't go there.
Right. Let's
I
not
love our
alienate
Carolina
our Carolina Forest audience,
I
please.
live there, so I'd love to hear
They all
that.
turned off the podcast.
I like to.
I
I
live
like
there.
my bubble. I like my bubble near my house.
Obviously, I don't want to ruin your all spots, and you don't have to say if you, because some of these are very small. Favorite places to go to get happy hour.
Well, there's a couple, and I think we share a few in common, and I hope they're listening, and we're definitely going to tag them. So that
I would
the
love
next
to do a
time we're
live
in
podcast at some of them.
There, I know. Lauren and I have actually talked about doing a happy hour
Yes.
podcast.
That'd be fun.
Instead
It
of coffee.
would. Instead of coffee, it's cocktails.
Yeah. We have to wait for approval on that one.
We do. We're still waiting.
Might
We'll see
have to
how
be a
this goes.
mocktail.
Basically, get paid to drink.
Yeah. Now that would be a dream job.
Right.
Or get paid to eat. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, go on.
Should I go first?
Yes.
Favorite happy hour.
We'll go
places.
around the table.
Chuck's.
Oh, yeah.
You can never go
There's
wrong
one
with
of my top
Chuck's.
5 off.
It's a landmark. It's wonderful. They have free popcorn and chips,
Yeah.
which I think is amazing. That just blows my mind. If you're there for happy hour,
Yeah.
they also have good drinks
Right.
and amazing food and
Yeah.
really good prices. And my favorite place to sit is in the library. Every time we meet, got a little table there in the library in the corner, kind of up a couple steps. If you've never been, do Chuck's for happy hour.
Yeah, get there early.
I have a picture. Yeah, go.
We're going to have so many photos.
We joke because, if happy hour at Chuck's starts at 4.
Yeah.
If you're not there at 3:30 and in line, you're not getting in for happy hour.
It's like you're at Disney World.
It is. Yeah.
But for good reason.
But for good reason. Everybody's there.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything. And Martini is like that too.
Martini
and that's
is
another good
one.
one.
That's
Top
another one of my
five.
favorite.
All right,
Yep.
keep them going.
I got there early one time because I was running some errands. So I'm just like, well, I'll just sit in the parking lot and wait 20 minutes. And I go into the back there where the extra lot is. I'm like, oh, what are all these people? They don't look like they work here because it's closed. No, they're hanging out waiting for the. It wasn't even 4 o'clock yet, and they open the doors. These must be the regulars, and they all run to the bar. The only time they'd probably run is to the bar to sit and drink and eat for happy hour.
You know what does that? $5 martinis.
That's true.
$5
But their food's
martinis
fantastic, and they have a
amazing food.
great
Really
happy hour.
good.
We went.
Really good.
I had to hold down the fort there because y'all were late. But anyway, I digress.
Pow, shots
That's
fired.
that's one of the. Speaking of late, that's basically the only thing I admire about Loren, is that she's always on time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Whenever we say we're going to be somewhere at like 5 o'clock, I'm always an early guy. So
That was how I was
At 5
before,
o'clock,
baby.
if we're meeting at 5, I show up at 4:45. Lauren's sitting in the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my
It's the
type
only
person.
compliment I'll ever hear.
That's the only one. And done.
Nice. What else?
Yeah, well, tell us your others, because you get out, you drink a lot more than I do. So tell us.
He can't even
Are
get
you
through with a straight
serious?
face because he knows that's a lie. I like Crave. Crave's great.
Crave is good. Yeah. Excited that a second Crave is
I know,
opening.
and that they'll have
in-
decent parking.
And it's in my bubble.
Yeah, well,
And it's
now
in my
we can
bubble.
go more
That's
often.
what we're
Mile
within.
radius.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep, it's
That's
in my
it.
bubble.
What else do I like? Why can't I think? Sneaky Beagle actually has a pretty good one. Mm-hmm. I went with my mom.
They have good
'cause
drink
Yeah,
specials.
well,
Yeah.
so I went with my mom because it was so close. And we went for happy hour before dinner. That was a whole new spot. And it was, $3.75, $4 for a martini,
Yeah.
dirty martini. And the bartender made it well. She was happy.
Yeah.
Just sat there all night there with martinis. It was good.
We see where you get
And
it
coconut
from.
sugar. Thank you.
Yep.
The same
Comes natural.
place up in Carolina Forest.
I hate you.
Tavern in the Forest is up there, but I
yeah.
prefer Tavern in Surfside.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Their happy hour and food just seems to be a little bit better. I know that's nowhere near your bubble. I'm sorry, but that's where you'll find me.
It takes 4 days for me to get to Surfside. I've got to
He has to pack a lunch.
I've got to
to
pack.
to
I've got
get
to.
down
Cover the
there.
Grand Strand. I like the South Strand.
I've got to book a hotel.
It's a weekend.
Yeah,
weekend
it's
event.
a weekend for me to go to Surfside.
Yeah, I do that, and then Hanley's on 501.
Oh, yeah, they're good too.
Yeah, that's another good spot. But once again, probably not Jamie's vibe.
No. Side note, you know what I love to do? And we went this past Friday night? Trivia night.
Love trivia.
We got second place. That's because you wouldn't know any of the answers. We got second place.
He's trying to Google.
I know.
I'm
You get
addicted.
disqualified if that happens.
What is the group that does it here? I
Team
can't remember.
Trivia, I
Team
think,
Trivia. That's
of
right.
Myrtle Beach.
You would have a blast.
I've done trivia before,
Okay.
and I've actually done very well and won a little bit, but it feels like work. If I'm going to have a couple of drinks, I'm not trying to answer questions and think about things. I said I'm not a trivia fan. It's
Low key, what I do not like is when it pops up something that everyone expects you to know, because then I feel pressure.
Yeah.
Like if it says science and
Oh,
everyone
yeah, that'd be
looks
all
and you're
you.
like,
Right, yeah.
But you're
I
like,
don't know.
it could be anything. I
Right.
don't know
No, but
enough
you're
about.
supposed to know, though.
And that's the problem with
And
trivia,
math,
and that's
too.
why I don't go with certain people.
See, they know food, destinations, pop culture. I don't know so much pop TV shows. I'm good. I got it. And
nice.
what would you be?
art, culture,
Gardening,
science,
Gardening, yes, gardening.
landscaping.
botany.
Things
Those
that
exciting
happened
things.
in early 1900s, events, late 1800s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Jamie,
history.
Yeah,
What's your
history.
favorite Lauren story?
Oh no.
Because we're going to tell our favorite Lauren story, and then Lauren could say her favorite of us.
Oh, y'all were prepared for this, and I'm not.
Actually, we're not.
I'm not.
We don't
I'm
have any
not.
notes
Okay, good.
today.
Good.
I don't
They
know
can probably
that
tell
I
by the flow
have-
of the episode we're not prepared.
I don't know that I have a specific Lauren story. Nothing makes me happier than to make Lauren laugh until the
thank
point
you.
that she's like in a ball and
where
can
she can't
barely
breathe.
sit up and she can't breathe and there's no noises coming out.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like a mouth open.
Yeah.
And I do know
Are you serious appropriate?
We were at an event. And I was across the room from Loren.
What event is this?
And it was a nice little event. We were on our best behavior, but I looked across the room, and Loren just had this look on her face. Like, I cannot be here. I cannot be
know
here.
what you're talking about.
So I very subtly
I hate you.
snapped a picture and sent it to her. And I saw her pick up her phone, and I saw her see the picture of herself that I took where she has just this face, this grimace, like she hates every second of being there. And to see her absolutely lose it, but to try to control it in a room full of people, that's up there.
And now you send this to me periodically. It's the ugliest, most unflattering picture.
Every
and
once in a while, I'll just send it,
And because of that, I looked at my face too. I'm like, oh my God, I need lipstick. And so then I tried out the lip blushing because of that.
Yeah.
You did that to me.
I did. So that's definitely one of the best.
I'll keep mine very PG. One of my favorite moments with Loren, other than the laughing and her on autopilot. And what I mean by autopilot, Darion would be able to tell more on this when we bring him on. But she says like the same 10 phrases throughout the morning show.
Yeah.
Between her songs.
But the songs, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. That's one of them. We'll ask Darion about that when he comes on later down the road. But the very first time, I guess, not the very first time we met Loren, but our very first promo shoot. First off, when you interview people in the business, it's like speed dating. That's what I call it.
Oh, yeah. That
Like you're
makes
trying
sense.
to figure if the chemistry works. If it does, cool, come on.
Yeah.
So this was like our first true time, like me, Darion, and Loren. This girl comes from Florida. We got a day booked to where we were going to go through the entire Grand Strand. We were going to do all of our new promo shoots, the billboards, all that. The high was maybe 62.
It was not. Don't get out of here with that.
55?
No, it was maybe 47 because it was early in the morning.
I don't know if it's that cold, but it was cold.
Oh, you can see your breath. You don't see your breath in 62.
Okay.
Not a meteorologist, but that I know. Continue on.
We were expecting like, oh, this will be fun. We get to go out and have a great time, take photos, videos, do promos, one-liners. The entire day, even through the afternoon, it was so cold. Loren's like bundled up in the truck. Like,
I wouldn't get out until it was my turn.
Just call me when you need me.
What a great introduction.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the truck.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
Out there in the elements. That's
This is our winter. And of course, in Florida, you never knew that. But that was one of my
Oh,
favorite
you have
stories.
2 days. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, that
my
was cold.
goodness.
Speaking of weather, have you been out in the sun a lot? Your hair's a little lighter.
Thank you. Oh yes, it's all natural. It went from dark brown.
Been a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah, days.
Yeah, days.
Spend the
And
night out there.
Days, yeah. It's very subtle.
Yeah, right.
Very subtle. I don't think
Well, I
anyone's
think it's a
noticed.
little too blonde right now, but the whole point.
I like it.
Oh, thank you. It does brighten up my face. Hold
It
on, I'll
does.
fix
It
my
does.
dress.
You-
I look a little younger, so I'm happy
You look
about
a
that.
little younger and a little less harsh. When I look back and see pictures of you with the dark hair, I'm like, wow, like a little scary.
feel like-
a little scary.
That's
Like
a
very
substitute
harsh.
word for you know.
This
The
soft,
B word.
No, shh.
I didn't
We're
say
not getting
it.
canceled because of you.
I said the B word.
This, I feel like this softens you up and makes
Thank
you look a
you.
little more, a little nicer and a little more approachable.
Wow. I'm a gem, first of all, Jamie.
Yeah,
I am
absolutely.
approachable.
The diamond.
Absolutely.
Speaking of being a gem, let me just
Nah,
real quick.
we're not alienating any restaurants or happy hour
So
locations.
it was during Christmas, and we were at one of his favorite places, and we're all sitting at the bar having a cocktail or 5, and there was a lady there singing Christmas favorites.
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah.
So he's singing along,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "You should sing. Let me get the microphone from her." And he's like, "No." But he's singing along to the song. I'm like, no. So then I turn around and I say, can he sing? Can I borrow the mic? And she's like, oh, yeah. So give him the high, right? Mic. Now he's belting it out, da-da-da. And she's continuing to sing, right? And she's singing the words, too, right along with them or, like, before him. And he turns around and he's like, yeah, no. I know the song. I got this. Thank you.
I don't need any help.
She handed me the mic.
I don't need help.
Give me a mic and a martini, and I'm going to be your entertainer for the
Yeah,
night.
that's right. No, I got this. I also recorded that, so if you'd like to see it, maybe the viewers would like to watch it.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
have that.
You know
it was
what?
really funny. It was
Yeah.
nothing but laughing.
that happened at Lombardo's, which we have to throw in as one of our
We do.
favorites, our
Yes.
absolute favorites. We love Lombardo's, and Dennis, the bartender at
Yes.
Lombardo's, is a huge WMBF fan. So, Dennis, we love you.
I was going to ask a question about the hair, but I'm not going to go
No,
there
no,
anymore.
what is
Let's
it?
hear it. Let's hear it.
I was going to ask, like, for the
Why?
transition, like,
Oh.
you've gotten a lot of messages, I'm sure, about your hair. Mm-hmm. Both good and bad, or both all good, or we both love it.
Thank you. Well, I guess you kind of have to say it. I work with y'all.
Yeah,
Well, at least in front of my face.
it's fine.
Yeah. I got mixed, mostly positive.
Yeah.
I hated the transition because it took forever. You can't go from dark brown to blonde and then think your hair is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because it ruins it. So it was in stages.
Which I had no idea. But
Yeah.
I
I wanted to have some hair left, so you have to do it in stages. And so it was just awkward throughout the whole process.
I
I didn't
don't
like
rec-
it. It
like
was
I recognize
red,
you.
like reddish blonde. Like, man, it was ugly. It was ugly.
I was
and
looking back
I'm
at
still not
clips.
there yet.
And like all black.
Wow, what's the next
I want
step?
ash. I want some brown back in. I want ash.
So you want to bring it back down?
Yeah, it's a little too woo.
Right,
But
yeah.
you know what? Also, washing it makes it this way too. So I don't know what to do. So if y'all know what to do, if you have the
Are you using the blue shampoo?
So-
Purple shampoo.
okay, yeah, it's purple,
Purple?
but now I heard it's actually blue shampoo. I know.
I don't
Well, it's
know
going
what-
over my head too. All I know is I'm so happy I don't have to color the grays anymore because they just blend right in, and that was pretty much also the purpose.
Maybe I should.
You know, not a bad
highlights.
idea.
I used to get I'm going to admit this. I haven't done it in years.
How old you
but
are?
No.
Oh.
I used to every summer, starting in like April, gradually lighten my hair up so that by like June and July, I was kind of a blonde.
Oh.
And then I just got old and gave up, and the gray took over. So
I did highlights growing up.
I can imagine.
Did you
that.
do the
a
sun
little
in
cat-
the
little tips?
The little
Yes,
tips?
the frosted
Yeah,
tips.
frosted tips. Yeah, I can.
That was a thing.
Trying to
that.
fit in and be cool.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
it was
We should
sun
bring
in,
that
right?
back.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Sun In?
Oh, I remember Sun In.
What was the other? Was it sun in? I don't remember
Sun
the
In.
other
Yeah,
one.
Sun In was the spray.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I
sit
didn't
out in
do
the sun.
that.
Oh yeah. I spent many vacations in Myrtle Beach as a high school senior or college kid. It was with sitting on the beach with sun in my hair, trying to get that bright blonde beach look, and it ended up being orange every time. But yeah,
You look good.
yeah,
You
I look good.
Lauren, we do have people that want to ask questions, I'm sure, watching. And one of the more questions that Jamie and I got that we would not be able to answer for news is, what would you tell people in the business coming up that want to get into the news? What's your advice?
Oh no, now I'm gonna get on a soapbox.
Yeah, here we
You
go.
just opened a can of
Here we go.
worms.
We already
Get
did
ready.
it for weather.
Get
so
ready. And this is where I'm going to say one nice thing about Loren. Another nice thing. I try to say something nice about all of our guests
yeah.
Try.
while they're here.
Right. How are we friends? Like honestly. Okay.
There's only like
There's the big media. There's all of that junk in the world, and a lot of it is very true, especially on a national level. I feel like local journalism is where it's at.
Yeah.
And Loren is true professional.
thank
So one of the
you.
reasons I was kind of drawn to you initially is because I love people who work hard.
Yeah.
Aren't afraid to work and get their hands dirty. And you want to get the facts and get it right and work hard and get it
thank you.
done.
In everything, not just one story.
And I
thank
love
you.
that. And I love that drive in people. So that's what drew me to you. It certainly wasn't the black hair.
First of all, dark brown.
so-
So it's fine.
All right, so go on. I'm done.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. You got to pay your dues, and I think you said that in one of the earlier broadcasts. That
She
is
listened.
very true. I know that one time. You do. You have to because, and it's different that the industry has changed so much. And unfortunately, I think a lot of it has to do with social media. People, I'm not saying all people who want to get into TV, but a lot of them are all about social media and selfies, and TV stations are now all about social media. How many Twitter followers do you have? How many Facebook friends, fans, whatever you have? And not the stories that you do, or can you write and broadcast? Can you call your sources? Do you have sources, right? It's all about me on TV. But if you don't know how to pitch a story, and you don't know how to vet your story, and you don't know how to get into the community and talk to people, what good are you?
Yeah.
That's what you're here to do. You're not here to take a selfie or an ussy if you watch Ted Lasso.
Nothing.
So pay your dues, work hard, know why you want to come into this business, because I remember my first journalism class, the professor says, If you like weekends off, if you like good hours, if you like your holidays at home, get out. Oh, and if you like to make money, get out. I saw half that class walk out. I should have gone with them, but I didn't. I stayed. No, that's because here I am. No, but I stayed.
Yeah.
And he really weeded out the people. And let me tell you also, my news stations, my other ones, they're not nice. Some of the news directors were not nice. And I was stressed and crying and trying my hardest. And, you felt like you were set up to fail, but they made me a good journalist.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to say that story is awful because of A, B, and C.
Yeah.
But they also tell you what you need to do. Mm-hmm. And we also didn't have Facebook. It was banned, actually, in our newsroom. That was before it got popular, or we didn't even have Facebook.
Yeah.
And Twitter didn't exist, and you actually had to pick up the phone and call people. Oh, and you had to go to the jail and go to the courthouses and and talk to the clerk and everything else. And I also had a Rolodex, which a lot of people in this newsroom don't even know what that is anymore.
Don't even know what it is. Oh, you're so old.
No. But you really had to do, like in police work, like, what is it called? I can't even think, but had to do, like, hit the ground running, hit the pavement, do, right? That's what you have to do. So work hard. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Call people every day. Keep in contact with people who you talk to. Listen. When you're doing interviews, listen to people.
One of my favorite things too about Loren, this is another why she's awesome.
Thank you. I love this. I should be on more often. I really invite me back. This is nice.
She's like, I would love to guest host again. Is when you get a lot of people that make it to a morning show or they make it to an evening show and they anchor, and Jamie may be able to attest to this from other markets, whatever. I feel like the higher up you go, they're like, oh, we've made it. Chill back and relax. And that's not the case with you. Like, in fact, I think she works just as hard as she ever has. I didn't know you when you report it, but to the anchor desk, every story that comes out of her mouth, she wants to make sure it's factually correct.
Yeah.
She wants to make sure that we know what we're talking about. And she's a good mentor to all the other reporters that we have in the newsroom. So I say that with respect because I know it's easy, especially in this business, the more you succeed, so much taken off my plate. But I feel like you kind of do the opposite. Yeah. I feel like you kind of add stuff on even though you're where you want to be, if that makes sense.
Your stress is different.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't have the stress of being an MMJ anymore, multimedia journalist, where you go out, you shoot, you edit, you do it all. You're a driver because you're driving everywhere. Or just a reporter and you're working with a photog, so your stress is different. But you have, because you're the one you're the last line of defense before that story goes on air. So you have to make sure it is factually correct. You're doing a service to your community and you're talking to people in our community. And I do like to mentor the reporters. Maybe my delivery does not come across as nice sometimes because that's how but you got it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
I'm telling you how it is because you're going to be in cutthroat newsrooms.
Yeah.
I was in cutthroat newsrooms.
And it's typically until after you leave, you don't realize how appreciative you are of people like that.
Yeah.
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 Man, I had to bring it. I remember, they did not take you out of newscasts. If your story falls through, which it will, you are looking for you can't call anybody, say, what else can you give me? That's on you, and we're not taking you out of the 4 o'clock. So now you better call all your people and find something. And this one assistant news director, he was awful to me. He did not like anything. I think because he was breaking me down.
Yeah.
He did. And now I like him a lot. He's a news director now in St. Louis, actually. But he was probably the worst to me. But it made me really work hard and think outside the box and get that story.
Which I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when young people come into this business and industry and think that they're owed so much.
Yeah.
And it's a generational thing, and I hate to sound like that old person, but we've been through it in sort of that old school, you get it done, you shut up, you work Christmas, you do it. You do it. And now it's a different culture. I mean, there's still some of us old school people around, and we still kind of expect that. Or should I just say old people around? But yeah, don't.
Say
Still
it.
not canceled.
Don't come into my weather office thinking you're entitled to anything, especially if you're just out of college and this is your first job, and well, I want Christmas off. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't work on Saturday because sorry.
Yep.
You're working Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
For
Mine's
those
always been that
storms.
way. And I
Yeah.
love that.
Also,
Yeah.
a long time ago, do you think getting out of college you can land a job in Dallas
Yeah.
or in
Oh, it's
Philly?
crazy,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, no, sir. You're in market 210 with
Glendive, Montana.
with
Yep.
5 people, population 5,
Yep.
and you're one of them. And
Covering a tractor that's broken down.
Right.
Yep.
Can I tell you, my first station, we had mom vans, not news cars. We had mom vans,
Mm.
and one of them, why I always got stuck with it, never started. So we would run out to a press conference, let's say at the police department, and we're all out there, I would wait for the other reporters to get in their cars and go home because mine would never start, and sometimes it would smoke, and it was so embarrassing. We had no money, but
Yeah.
right? But you don't ever apply to market sizes because you know what? You're forced to go to small markets because you're going to make mistakes. Of course you are. You
Yeah.
don't know
100%.
anything.
Yeah, you're gonna horrible mistakes.
Oh yes, oh
Yeah.
yes. But that's where you learn,
Yep.
and they're not going to fire you over it. And then you can learn all of these things and
Yep.
grow, and and go to the next market and the next market. But these people now starting out at market 15, which by the way, what are bigger cities,
Yeah.
right? Bigger cities.
Yeah.
This is a
100%.
fantastic first market. Are you kidding me?
Why do you think I've just been locked in forever? This man right here to the left.
See, people like me.
Person likes you.
People, whatever. One more. That was just like a lot. And,
I know. I'm
and-
sorry. Let's go back to something
Sorry.
It
fun.
kind of put
People.
me to sleep a little bit. I love your
We have
boyfriend,
5
Chad.
minutes.
Seriously, really?
Chad is my best friend.
It's good.
Yeah.
Are we talking about this? Because I didn't say it on the
I
Book of
wasn't.
Faces.
No,
I
I
wasn't
didn't say
talking
anything.
about anything.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say anything.
I mean, I guess I can say
No,
it.
we always joke about, his name is Chase, but
Yes.
I call him Chad.
I have not posted. I don't know why. Because I
If
feel
you're gonna
weird.
say
Oh
this-
my
Get
God.
closer. If this is
This is a big moment.
if this is where this is happening, fine. If not, that's
That's
fine
fine.
too.
Whatever. Because
That's
you
fine.
said. I mean, you only
anything.
said 5 people watched.
She's
this, right?
pregnant.
Sure.
Oh God. Can I tell you? Which is awful because this was years ago, and I was wearing this shirt. Which never again I'll wear those baby doll
Yeah,
shirts.
but you'll wear a blanket to a podcast. I mean, it's fine.
Well, that's different. That's different. It will hide my rules. I was wearing the baby doll shirts where it's like here and then it flows. Somebody at the 5 o'clock news said, "Oh my God, are you expecting?" I will tell you, I ran home between the 5 and 6, changed that shirt, threw it in the trash, and came back and said no.
Oh.
Rude. Okay, so yes, I've been dating. I moved here because of my boyfriend because he moved here in 2020. And then when we went to our trip to Iceland, he proposed. So I am engaged. And I've been debating on posting it
Wow.
on Facebook. I don't
Boy,
know
that
why.
was exciting.
I know. Wow, wow.
Wow.
That's all I got.
Hey,
The
guys,
news broke first.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah, y'all got
but
it
yeah,
first.
we did. We got the scoop. Look
Yeah.
at us. Look
Yep.
at us. She's pregnant and engaged.
Okay.
Just engaged.
I'm gonna stop.
Right, because it looks like at this angle you're carrying twins.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Congrats.
Yes.
Somehow Jamie got you to say that.
I know.
And I wasn't even going for that. I was just talking about how much I love Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you call him Chad
I call him Chad.
because you never
Just-
remembered his name.
One time I asked you, this was when we were first kind of knowing each other, like, I don't know, 3 months ago. I was like, so how's Chad?
It's been longer, but
And
it's
I
fine.
forgot that his name was actually Chase, and I called him Chad.
Now it's just Chad.
and now everybody calls him Chad, and I love it.
Oh
And
my
he doesn't care.
goodness.
Yes.
So that's good.
They told us that was the end of the time. So what
Oh,
a way
already?
to end. It flies by,
Oh,
right?
it
Doesn't it
does.
have fun? I know. We have
should-
fun here.
I know, but you see, you should have brought up something else besides of like the journalism stuff because that took up a lot of time.
It did, and it was kind of boring
Wow.
and slow.
I know.
Well, I didn't
know.
expect it to last 10 minutes.
Well, you could have cut us off.
Well,
Well, you just went on and on.
Well, you can cut me
Well,
off.
you know, we try
Aren't
to-
you a host, so
we try
you
to-
can
but
do that?
you end it with the perfect announcement.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We love that.
So when are we going to
Somehow.
happy hour?
I'm working for Andrew
that's right.
Friday,
Oh, you
so
can't go. You're
I
leaving.
know. I'm sorry.
What time are y'all leaving Friday?
Go way too early for
Oh.
happy hour. Yeah, in the morning.
But Just give me a nap, and we're doing happy hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may see these two at a local
Yeah,
spot.
let us know where we should go.
Yeah, especially any of the spots that we mentioned. If you want to save a table for, I don't know, 4 or 6 Lombardo's, Crave, Martini, Chucks.
Oh, yeah.
I love Soli Luna Happy Hour.
Yep,
If I'm
they're
feeling,
good too.
If I'm feeling
and I can just
festive.
walk home,
Oh my goodness.
to get that exercise
Not that you
in.
ever drink that much.
No, it's just to walk home, get in the steps.
Get in the steps, yeah. So you can have another enchilada.
Better or worse than what you thought the episode would be? I thought it was pretty good.
I think it was pretty tame.
We'll see-
I
we'll
think
see
it
what
was
happens.
It
pretty
was
tame.
tame.
This was.
Are y'all
was,
going to invite me back?
Yeah, I think so. Season 3.
You're not
Season
taking
three.
a season 3. Yeah, we need kind of a break. We've got other people to talk to. There are other people that work here that we have to talk to and get to know and whatever. But in the meantime, let us know if you want Loren and Jamie's Happy Hour podcast.
Yes, please do.
That maybe have to be like on the black market, the underground,
The dark web.
the dark web. Yeah, that our
Also,
bosses don't know about.
Please let us know if you want me to return. This was fun. That's it.
And she came in and she was like, how long is this going to take?
I do
40
actually have
minutes?
work to do, but now
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
And now she's like, wow, that was actually
Yeah,
enjoyable.
was
yeah.
fun.
See, we had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be nice.
Thanks, guest
What a
host.
cush job y'all have.
Yeah, it was, we've been in it long enough. We've earned this.
Have you?
We have earned this.
Oh,
Yeah.
We forgot to tell people, too, you could rate our podcast, like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you haven't, feel free to do so.
And share it and tell your friends about it. Yeah.
And for a tease for next week, if you're like, where's the weather content? We got a lot of it coming next episode.
We're gonna get back to weather, but we wanted to take a break because the one before was a little heavy with.
Yeah, that was.
It was a little much.
Well, that's
to be
good though
honest.
if you have trouble sleeping.
Oh, good. Oh, good. And that's why we brought
That's
you
why
on.
it has
Yeah.
300 views.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
Loren every night.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. That's her sleeping pill. A
Yeah.
martini
No,
and
don't need
a
that.
martini and Ambien and Are You Serious?
That's right.
And out she goes.
Turn down the lights. This
never
is Are
wake
You
up.
Serious After Dark? All right, let's go ahead and wrap it.
Yeah, let's finish this one up before we do get canceled. It's getting to be that point. So, Loren, thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And this has been
Our producer wants us to wrap.
Are You Serious?
A weather conversation between you and us. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, y'all.